there because I had to take his stuff out. I was his armor bearer. So I'm, looking at the guys, and they always would, man, who do you think he is? He knows who he is. He don't need you to tell him who he is. Are you crazy? Don't you listen to him? I know who he is. The man has weight in the spirit. I know. You see demons coming out of folks? You hear the power of his word? Signs following? Lives changed? He is who he said he is. And he told y'all that he's not a pastor. He had by having chance because God needed a man in the area. And he responded to the cry in the area and raised him up. And he's an apostle. And he told us over and over since I came in '93, he's been telling us he's an apostle. Before apostles was fashionable. So you got the memo. I take him at his word. Because normally when the word is being preached, sometimes we preach our hearts. Now you may shut the door on it, pull the blinds down. But nonetheless, we're preaching our hearts to you. Trying to let you know. And so he was letting us know how he was wired. His pain threshold. He would let us know his pain threshold. Because men have a pain threshold. Y'all know that. Y'all women, y'all better know. Amen. If you're married to one, if you're single and looking for one, you better know that men have a threshold too. Just like you have an emotional threshold, we have a pain threshold. And you got to know buttons just as well as we got to know buttons.
Yes. Amen.
I digress. Yeah, y'all thought it was just going to be all about them, but get him, Tiger, get him. Okay. God searches hearts. You get what I'm saying? So you gotta be what? Resolute. Yeah, I use that word all the time. You got to have resolve, man. You just got to know what you stand for. These are things, this verse is, to me, I love this verse. I like it in the King James, but I like it in the other variables, other variations. You know what I'm saying? I like that. It says in love, then it says in love without stopping. So you can lead your house. You can be an example in your house, but you can still gravitate love. You can still display love. You can still hug your daughter. You can still kiss your daughter on the cheek. I still do. She hated them. Come in and give me no cheeks. My boys already know when they get around me, come here. I'm going to hug them. I don't kiss them. Hug them. I remember the other day, I was going through a moment, and got a nephew that was like my son. My sister sent me a picture, and it blew my lid. I came in the house, I was messed up. I was in the car crying for about 20 minutes, and I came in the house, put it together. Then went in there, and my son was there. And I seen the car outside, but I didn't know how close, I didn't know it was gonna be right there. I know it was gonna be in the house. As soon as I opened it, boom, I'm like, oh. And so he come up to me and give me a hug and kiss me on my forehead.
Yeah.
Yes. Amen.
Wow. That's the stuff I get excited about. This is good. This is nice. This, preaching and teaching, laying hands on people, prophesying, things like that. That's good stuff. But nothing beats that. Nothing. Absolutely nothing beats that. Nothing like it. Let me move on. I might start crying. Look at what the Passion Version says. Remember to stay alert and hold firmly to all that you believe. So you have hold tight to your convictions. You have stand fast in the faith. Then you have hold firmly to all you believe. Be mighty and full of courage. Let love and kindness be the motivation behind all that you do. You know what? I've been married one other time. I was married for 9 long months. And that was my Ishmael. I was trying to really cover my tracks. As a single man, I got into trouble. Thought it was my fruit. If you get what I mean. I let her sit there. And I tried to make things right. So I married her. Old school. Am I right? Old school. You get them pregnant, marry them. And so I didn't know, even at that time, I thought it was all her. It took a little bit for God to get through to me. I was separated for about 14 months when he started talking to me. You messed up. You were selfish. You don't talk about the other lady. Okay. I was selfish. I was messed up before she interrupted. I was like, anywho, yeah, you got a little bit of it. Yeah, I know. It wasn't a perfect work. I was still under maintenance. But anyhow, whatever. Let me finish this message. Anywho, I found out I was jacked up, and I couldn't push the blame on her, so I had some issues, even though she had her issues. And God started showing me my issues. And then, about 3 years later, I found the love of my life. Didn't know she was right underneath my nose. And then, still, 20-some odd years in, thank God for that, but I still found out he put it up a whole other notch. I said, okay, yeah, you got a sense of humor. I mean, I didn't see nothing in the first one. The second one, I started seeing mirror, mirror on the wall. My wife, God bless her heart, she ain't shy about telling you what's wrong. She'll tell you about what's right too. She'll give me honor and stuff and say, hey, you fabulous, you do this, but she ain't shy to say, hey, you know what, you jacked up, you need help, you need to call a positive view, you need prayer, you need deliverance, you need to get a petition through, the heavens to shut, you need to shut your mouth, you need to find a place in the house by yourself, you need to take a ride, you need to go to the store. That's why I tell people, I tell them funnily, I said, guys, you couldn't handle it. Not a man in this church could handle a prophet. I'll just say.
I don't get it.
They know what I'm saying.
It's true.
It's true. Because of the way what you carry in the spirit.
Right.
There's something with the way she is. She's built prophetically. And she's the first woman I ever dealt with that's no nonsense. There's no lying. I haven't found her lying or trying to cover up. She don't connive. I knew that trust me, I knew that before I married her, by the way. She was no joke. Amen. She was just straight cut. That's a good word. She's just straight cut. No additives, no preservatives.
Amen.
All right? So, but it says, let love and kindness be the motivation behind all that you do. Voice, this is the last one, then we're going to go into the message. Listen, stay alert, stand tall in the faith, be courageous, be strong, let love prevail in your life, words and actions. I like that. So if I were to collect everything and I would put it all together and make a linear thought, it simply says that we are to guard our heart and hold tight to our convictions and make sure we're able to stand tall in the midst of conflict as we stand and become courageous and be strong in the things that God has assigned to us so that love can prevail in our life so that we will not only demonstrate it in word but in action. So we need to be demonstrative. So we don't need to be walking around with big shoulders. We don't need to rule with a rod of iron. We don't need a scepter. We need to be able to be exemplary as it relates to the women. So my passion for reaching the men in this house, for me, being an example, is so that there could be a recovery of such, of manhood. Tell your neighbor, manhood. Manhood. Yeah. Because I understand, I've been through the scriptures, and I see how important it is. And I've done a lot of study over church history, and I've watched church. I've been in church. I've been a part of church for the last 30 years, and I watched how the women now, if you go to any church, you'll find out that most activity the women are leading. I don't care what it is. They're not just nurses. Maybe in some denominational churches, they're not just greeters. They don't just have a glove and a hand behind their back, but they are in some very important governmental places as well. And thank God, because it was a time that men were not in the church. Amen. And for whatever reason, I remember the thing some years ago, I did the 10 things why men don't come to church. And most of it is because men don't like to be told nothing. Yeah, they don't like to be told. So that, and there's some other stuff. But anyhow, we need to know that my passion, my desire is to reach men, to bring men to a sense of dignity and honor, so that men can begin to fulfill their assignment in the earth, so that men can stand in their place, not standing over their house, but standing out in front of their house, so they can be decision makers, so they can be the ones who take to make the decisions, to take the lead, to be vocal, not just vocal but visible. And not just vocal and visible, but valiant. Not just vocal, visible, and valiant, but valuable.
Yes, yes.
Because we like vocal, and we like valiant. Visible, valuable, you have to ask the house. Because we have an overinflated value of ourselves. Because we have an incorrect measuring rod. Society told us how to measure how to bring validity to us. Our valuable, and the way we seem to kind of deduce this thing is because of what society told us what makes a man valuable. And they ain't gonna even go there. But it ain't nothing like we've been taught. Amen. And you can ask, if you're married, it's the best thing you do, you can ask your wife, am I valuable? Move on. Where are the mighty men? That's my desire. Y'all need to cut. I'm gonna put y'all over the back. So my desire, my passion is to raise up men who are respectful of the assignment that God has given them.